Oh, Denmark. It has been way too long since we have done a dedicated Denmark video. I don't know what I was thinking. None of them really came across, but I did make a comment. You guys suggested one for me. Today we're checking out amazing places to visit in Denmark. Fun fact, my great-grandmother is actually from Denmark. So yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to get around to this, but let's do it. See what Denmark has got to offer. Smash the like button. Let's dive in.
Do you want to visit one of the most peaceful and happy countries in Europe? Denmark would be an ideal choice. It offers views so beautiful they will astound you. Are you ready to enjoy lovely cities, green hills, coastal villages, forests, and beautiful lakes? Stay tuned as we find out the 10
Whoa, look at that. This is like a castle with like a moat around it.
best places to visit in Denmark. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you can keep up to date with all our latest content.
Look at that view. Oh my god.
Number 1. Copenhagen. Copenhagen is the most populated city and the capital of the country.
Yep.
This city is located...
Every time I hear Copenhagen, I always just think about the show The Bear. Have you guys ever seen that before? And the pastry chef goes and studies in Copenhagen. It was like one of the first times I ever really was introduced to Copenhagen, other than the kind that you put in your lip.
Located on the east coast of the island of Zealand. In this city, you can visit the oldest amusement park in the world. Tivoli Gardens has been open to the public since 1843. A different and fun...
Hold up.
Been
This looks
open
like...
to the public since 1843.
This looks exactly like Disneyland, like a part of Disneyland. I bet you anything Disneyland probably took the design from this real place. Because, yeah, this is almost identical. That's so crazy.
A different and fun way to get to know Copenhagen is to sail through its canals. One of the most iconic images of the Danish capital is the colorful Nyhavn Canal. This canal is also a harbor, promenade, and entertainment area. One of the most famous monuments in Copenhagen is the Little Mermaid. This bronze sculpture has stood on the Lana Linja waterfront promenade facing the Baltic Sea since 1913. The National Gallery of Denmark and the National Museum are two must-sees for art and history lovers. On your walk through the Danish capital, be sure to visit the Town Hall Square, Aarhuspladsen, and the King's Garden.
Wow, looks so cool.
Number 2. Faroe Islands.
Look at this view. Oh my god. Oh, it feels like I'm like watching a movie.
When visiting the Faroes, you are never more than 5 kilometers away from the ocean.
Look at this. Look at this.
Visiting the Faroes, you are never more than 5 kilometers away.
Look at this. Holy cow. That is so cool. I've never... Look at this. And this one was going in the same direction. Obviously, some broke off. This was probably connected at one point. It reminds me kind of like Iceland.
Away from the ocean. The countryside is dominated by steep mountains, and there are about 70,000 sheep and some 2 million pairs of seabirds, including the largest colony of storm petrels in the world. The capital city is Tórshavn, and with fewer than 20,000 inhabitants, it's the smallest city.
What is
Tórshavn, and with fewer than 20,000
There's grass on the roofs. I love this so much. You have no idea. Oh, wow. I can't believe that the houses look really nice, and they still have the grass. What does that do to your, how do you maintain that over years? I don't know. That blows my mind. It looks beautiful, though.
Inhabitants.
It's better than like solar panels.
It's the smallest capital in all of Europe. It's likely the most rugged city you've ever seen. Moody clouds, a perpetually churning sea, steep grassy hills, and rocky coastal cliffs.
Stunning.
As a result of its geography, weather conditions on the Faroe Islands can be fickle. It's possible to experience all 4 seasons in one day, so the advice is to dress in layers and pack a variety of clothing. Most visitors to the islands come between early July and late August.
The cutest little town I've ever seen.
It's well worth visiting this interesting place for a look at their unique flora and fauna.
Look at that.
Number 3. Aarhus. Aarhus is the second largest city in Denmark. It's located on the bay of the same name in central Jutland.
Whoa. What a unique idea for like a boardwalk. That is awesome. They're like, yeah, why would we go straight out? Let's make a loop and then you can walk around over the water. That's so cool.
This city is situated between beaches, forests, and national parks. It's located on the bay of the same name in central Jutland. This city is situated between beaches, forests, and national parks. However, it's also a cultural center. Aarhus.
What is that? Is that like a museum? I'm sure he's going to tell me right now.
However, it's also a cultural center. Aarhus Art Museum is one of the city's most iconic.
Whoa. Oh, my kids would love walking through this. This is beautiful.
Landmarks. It has a dazzling rooftop sculpture which you can walk on and enjoy. For people with other tastes, there is the Old Town Open Air Museum. It's one of the most visited attractions in Denmark. Travel back in time in Old Town. You can get to know the houses, the atmosphere, and the life of the Danes throughout their history. Number 4, Råbjerg Mile. The migrating dune Råbjerg Mile is about 1 kilometer wide and 1 kilometer long.
Dunes.
It's made of roughly 3.5 million cubic meters of sand and is 40 meters high. Each year, the dune moves around 15 meters towards the northeast.
Wow, that's actually quite a bit of movement.
Closer to Grenland, the top of Denmark. This unique sand dune attracts as many as 250,000 tourists a year. The Church of St. Lawrence of Rome, which is widely known...
I would imagine that you guys there's not like a ton of motorcycles in the dunes. Here, the dunes that I would go to growing up were really big though. They're like really big dunes called Glamis, and everyone just has dirt bikes and quads, and it's really loud. I would imagine you're not probably doing that on those sand dunes.
As the sand-covered church is a real testimony of how the landscape has changed over the centuries due to the moving dunes.
Wow.
From the top of the dune, you will experience a stunning view. The walk to the top can be a bit challenging, but the view is worth your sweat and effort.
Yeah.
Number 5, Odense. Odense is the 3rd largest city in Denmark. It's located on the island of Fyn, west of Copenhagen. Many tourists come to this city to visit the house of the famous writer Hans Christian Andersen. It's now a museum where you can see some manuscripts of his works.
Oh, that's cool. You get to like actually go into his house and see where he actually wrote all of his novels.
Another must-see experience in Odense is the Funen Village. This open-air museum is made of about 20 typical Danish houses and farms.
Oh,
the idea of this museum is to reconstruct what life was like during the 19th century. The most famous and emblematic building in Odense is St. Canute Cathedral. It's a brick Gothic temple whose construction dates back to the beginning of the 14th century. Number 6, Aalborg. Aalborg is a city and port located in northern Denmark. This city preserves its Viking heritage and cultivates modern architecture. In Aalborg, you can find some of the best street art in Denmark.
Look at that.
If you're a fan of murals, you'll love...
Those are great murals. Holy cow.
...of this city. At the Architectural Utzon Center, you can learn about the latest in Danish architecture and design. Aalborg has its own Viking cemetery. It consists of Iron Age stone circles that are more than 1,500 years old.
A Viking cemetery? What? That's nuts. You can just walk up there?
Number 7, Møns Klint. Just under 2 hours south of Copenhagen is one of Denmark's biggest and most surprising wonders.
Wow.
Møns Klint. The 70-million-year-old chalk cliffs are gently crumbling into the Baltic Sea on the island of Møn, making the water beautifully clear and inviting. It's the kind of place that Danes move to and never leave. The beauty of this place is unique.
The water seemed really clear,
Here you can see high chalk cliffs and the flora and fauna that inhabit them.
I like how the trees, like all the greenery is growing straight over to the edge of the cliff and then just white like sand. But obviously, what did he say it was? Was it like a clay or a type of rock? I don't know. Neither here nor there.
You can even find fossils on the beaches below the cliffs. You have to be in good physical shape to use the stairs to and from the beach. Number 8. Møns Klint National Park. This national park covers an area of 180 square kilometers. Møns Klint is known for its unusual landscape formed during the Ice Age. The Møns Hills are 137 meters high and are located in the center of the park. Here you can find most of the Danish wild plant species. Some recommended attractions of this park are the forest areas of Råbjerg, the ruins of Kalu Castle, and the Råbjerg watermill. Granite burial mounds, dolmens, and passage.
That's so nuts. I've seen like a rock formation. We don't have rock formations like this in the States. I've seen like images. Obviously, what's the big one? You guys know what I'm talking about. How did they get that thing up there, though? Holy cow.
Graves dating back to the Stone Age can be seen everywhere around the park. Number 9. Jelling. This city has some of the most important monuments of the Viking past in all of Europe. Whoa. In 1994, it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Jelling has 2 burial mounds and the 2 rune stones erected by Kings Guam and Harald in the year 900. In the Copenhagen Jelling Center, you can learn about the Vikings with interactive exhibits. And by the way, these locations are set in a place of outstanding natural beauty.
Yeah.
Number 10. Wadden Sea National Park. It stretches across 3 countries.
Look at that lighthouse.
Wadden Sea National Park.
When you think of a lighthouse, this is exactly what comes to mind. Like a picture in my head, the red, the white. I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen a lighthouse.
Just across 3 countries.
My gosh.
Germany, Holland, and Denmark. This national park is made up of more than 30 islands. Waterfowl have one of the most important sanctuaries in the world in the Wadden Sea. This nature reserve is inhabited by hundreds of migratory birds. It's also a breeding place for many species of seals. This park is one of the 10 most important wetlands in the entire world. Birdwatching is probably the most popular thing to do at the Wadden Sea. Another fun thing to do at the Wadden Sea National Park is to pluck fresh oysters straight from the sea. A beautiful country where historical heritage converges with natural beauties. Denmark has been named the world's happiest country on numerous occasions. And now you know why. These were just some of the places that you can visit in Denmark, but believe you me,
there are still
plenty of places to see in Denmark.
Look at that thing.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and click subscribe. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys, that one came from Joyous Travel. I'll have a link down in the description for them if you want to check them out. And they got some other videos. I might have to do another one. Hungary is another one we got to cover. All right, I've seen Denmark, at least a small little fraction of Denmark. Looks really beautiful. Can't wait to come there. It's probably going to be on my first trip. So, all right, I'm getting out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.